Hey guys and gals, let's build and take a look at the helicopter fire engine and submarine remix by Lego City. This is set number 60462, contains 874 pieces, retails for $59.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for early reviews. So thank you, Lego. And I had to read all that off the box. So essentially today we're going to be building 3 models, and we're lucky it has 9 bags. So we got the fire engine, the submarine, and the helicopter. And the whole goal about this is each build's broken down into thirds, and you're supposed to mix and match pieces and such. And in addition to 9 bags, you have this floating around in the box, so be careful with that because it may get hung in there. And yeah, so I'm thinking of today, how I'm going to do this. Today is December 24th, 2024, so happy Christmas Eve, everyone. And we're going to be breaking this down into 3 installments. I was thinking of 2, but I don't want to split this up. So I'm going to do each one of these in its own video, and we'll see how it goes. And don't worry, I've already had these scanned by now, so you can't pull a fast one on me. So in this installment today, we're going to be working on the fire truck, and let's start pulling the bags out of here. And I'm not too sure about these remix sets. To me, it looks more like Lego's trying to rebadge some Lego sets that they had made, and just thought, well, the kids will probably like putting this together, but it gives it to our advantage. Because the set is broken down to where up to 9 people can construct it. That's even better. Okay, let's begin. Let's build it. We're going to start with bag 1. Let me flip this around so I can see exactly what I'm doing here today. And the whole intent of these videos is to see exactly what we get in one of these sets, how is it built, and to review it. So it's like a live review, just very long. And let's see how much of this is scratched up here. Hoping that one comes out without a scratch. Nope, didn't, so I dropped it down to a 9. How am I picking up all this stuff with scratches? It beats me, but I always kind of rub it. But this one's got a scratch right there, and yeah, that's not acceptable. And I'll keep rating them until Lego fixes it. That's why we do the builds, to see how the set's packed and all that stuff. A lot of reviewers will not cover this. Why? I don't know. We'll need that later. So in this installment, we're going to focus on the fire truck. Okay. Alright, and of course, if you have 3 young ones who want to build the fire truck together, there you go. You can all pitch in and build a part of it. Just download building guides, separate guides and stuff. So see, like right here, we're going to be building the front part of the fire trucks. It's just you plug the parts in. But we'll see how it goes. I'm not a fan of that, just the way it looks, but we don't know yet. And yes, you do get a brick separator, so unfortunately you only get one, so you're all going to have to fight over that. And it looks like everything in here is printed. What a waste, because this thing's scratched. I wonder how much more. Although this airplane windscreen was not even packed with the bricks, and that one came out unscathed, so that's good there. I'll start pulling out all the fire stuff right now. But yeah, a lot of the big YouTubers will not cover this, and from what I heard is it takes too much time to review in this format. I will. Making sure he doesn't have any oxygen tanks. Okay, so she's got her safety goggles on. Okay, we got her. Let's put she's got to have legs, and she's also got hair and the helmet. What I'm going to do, so we can see what she looks like, we're just going to leave the hair on, and I'll just keep this as part of the thing. Let me put that together. She gets a monstrous fire axe. I actually like that. That's pretty cool. Nice accessory. And also, in addition to these type of builds and see how bad they're packed, we get to see what kind of accessories come with the set. Could we build something else out of this? Has it got good parts to harvest? We don't know. We will never know until we build it, so that's why we're building it here. Matter of fact, there was one other person for a while that was doing the same thing I was doing. We would sit down and build the set from start to finish and just talk. And I'm glad Denise and a few of you guys and gals like these talking videos. It's a good way to vent and stuff like that. I know I get ranty in some of these, but yeah, not too bad. No, matter of fact, let me plug in the ring light here. And I've been kind of hiding from drama, so you know how Christmas is. I try to stay away from that. So I'm back here right now. It was raining today really hardcore, and now it's kind of stopped. So I have the window open, and of course I get, it's too cold in the house, so this is the only room with the window that's open. It smells clean and fresh in here. So you know what I'll be doing today. All right. Okay, so we got her done. Put that over there. Let's keep her right here because she is part of the build. Okay, we got her tires. Let's start sorting pieces out because I'm trying to find red here. I'm always looking for vehicle builds, different ways to build them. This is one way of doing it, is by dividing them up. The problem with dividing up vehicles like this is you're going to lack some features such as minifigure compatibility, because you got to make them strong enough to make the parts plug together. I know, I've tried it. Still can't get that working well. With the parts I had in the past, I really can't, so maybe Lego will introduce them. I'm starting to get a lot of these now. Those will always come in handy for making vehicles. You want a vehicle pack? This is where to go. Now, for this being $60 for 800, well, close to 900 pieces, it should be a pretty good gold mine for vehicles. So we'll see what we get in here. Now, that's one of the things I'm looking at, is also price per part. That's pretty well under 10 cents a piece. I don't mention really complaining about the price of Lego sets because we all live in different regions of the world, and it's hard to just distinguish what prices do what. But I'm glad to hear some of you guys and gals like these. I'm helping people out more. The 45 degree, and then I pick up the build and show you what I did. I'm getting better at it. That's printed, so that's good. I hate to think the set's getting dinged just for scratched parts. No, I mean, I hate to think that. But yeah, I still got to wrap up some gifts, and I'm trying to avoid a family right now. Yeah. It's like, oh, it was nice and cool. It's cold. Close all the doors. And like, no, it's airing out the house. It's like in the 50s, and to me, that's perfect weather. Like, it's nice. I'm not even sweating. Like, usually I'm doing these things as I have the lights on. It gets hot back here. No, I have the lights on, and I have the window open, and it's cool back here. It feels like it's air conditioned. So yeah, I'm just enjoying it today. So what's everybody's? Well, by the time you watch this, what were your plans for for Christmas? Mine was sitting at home. That's something I prefer to do, but you know, it's to be expected. So I got to sit at home and pretty much relax. Right now I have Minecraft running in the background, farming some stuff, and Lego Fortnite I'm kind of burned out of. Everybody's telling me you need to play that every day. I'm thinking, no, I'll wait till the new stuff comes out. Okay, I thought that didn't go in all the way. It doesn't look like it, but Lego's really shooting for collaboration building more than anything. So I'd say that this set here, than anything, will be a good collaboration project for a group of friends, a bunch of family. Imagine getting this set during Christmas time. Or during summer, for that matter. And then what happens is you can all sit down and just build together. It'd be kind of cool. Oh, seeing the reflection, I thought, man, I don't remember that being gray there when I picked it up. Okay. Yeah, so far so good. It hasn't fallen apart or crumbled on us or anything. So it looks like these snaps are meant to plug into other things. So my goal is to do one bag, take a breather, do another bag, take a breather. I'm not really doing paperwork today for the land or anything like that. I'm just building sets. That's all I'm doing. I think Lego did this method one time for one of the race car sets. It wasn't too bad. And I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I had somebody text me today wishing me a Merry Christmas, and I was like, thank you. I have a feeling tonight Discord's going to be very quiet. I was like, you know, we could put on some Christmas movies and watch them. And, you know, like Scrooge. Like watch one of the ones. One of the ones I remember is George C. Scott, and there was another one. The guy who did, I can't remember his name. He did Star Trek. One of those was my mom's favorite. And I said, well, I could pull those up. Well, I've already seen them. I thought, really? I was going to pull them up on the media search. She goes, yeah, I watched it on TV. I said, well, how long was it? She goes, oh, it was only 2 or some odd hours. And I thought, well, they put it on the media server. I said, you could just sit down and watch it without commercials. Oh, I like watching it on TV. I don't want to watch it on the laptop. I thought, well, you know, we have a smart TV. We can do that. Well, you never see those very often. You never see those. But I was like, you know, we can watch some of those, but apparently not. I guess they want to just watch TV. Oh, okay. So they use the 1x2 jumper plates to keep the doors from going in all the way. That's kind of cool. Instead of just using the whole, like a 1x2 plate. Excuse me. I'm trying not to yawn in your ear. Okay. So yeah, this build is so far keeping my interest. I don't know. I don't think really anybody's going to remix these. I think they're just going to build them for the vehicles and put them in their city. I don't know what the age range is. 7+. That's not too bad. At least we got numbers in here. So between the ages of 5 and 7, I guess we start graduating from that and we start counting things. Yeah, but this type of fresh air, it's cool in here, reminds me of camping. Getting up and just enjoying the cold, brisk air. You wake up real quick and you feel refreshed. There we go. Yeah, Lego's coming out with a lot of new pieces, but so far in this set, I haven't seen anything really new yet. It's just the same old cookie cutter parts that I have tons of already. Building techniques are a little different, but for me personally, I don't really see any wow factor with this yet. But I think more than anything, it's going to be people are going to keep this together. What I am going to do, though, remember that's that piece that goes there, is I am probably going to do a quick demonstration on the main channel, not on here, so this snaps on, just for, you know, just testing it out. Okay. And let me know if you like the longer or shorter installments on videos. I need to ask that question, maybe do it as a poll or something, or I only have a handful of you guys comment on here. It feels like I'm kind of straining that there. There we go. And I need to ask, though, I mean, do you like the longer videos? Do you like them shorter? I don't know. I mean, sometimes I get a little carried away. The problem with doing shorter videos, it feels like it takes forever to edit all the sections. But then again, I can get them up quicker. Yeah. So this is really just meant as a remix set, but I think this would be really good. It's a group build in disguise. So just imagine you just have the parts and plug them in, but if you decide not to do that, it means if you have 3 children, they can all help and pitch together and make part of the fire truck. I think that'd be really cool. And you get this nice bright, vibrant yellow too. But I'm always looking for, are they collaborative? Can a parent spend time with their child with these sets? A lot of the big boys, they won't do that. The big boys on YouTube, they skip that whole thing. And for me, can it be broken down into smaller sections so everybody can pitch in? You know, if you're a mom and dad and you got a few kids, here you go. You can all sit at the dinner table and build this. Most people won't cover that. You know what I did? Okay, it goes at the bottom. Not that went at the top. But really, these videos really only intended to be my review notes. They were never meant for reviews whatsoever, or how-tos. And I'm trying to tailor that now. So I keep tabs on the viewfinder. I need to get a bigger screen hooked up to this so I can see it a bit better. I have a monitor that I can plug into the camera that I can see, and just to see if I can glance over instead of like have the monitor off to the side on the wall somewhere where I can glance up so I have to look over my shoulder or whatever just to see the viewfinder. Okay, I never thought about using ingots for mirrors. So what they did is they came in here and did this, and they shoved these here in these 1x1 openings. So that's not a bad idea for little mirrors. Never would have thought of that. See, I learn new methods. And you take our scratch windshield. Thank you, Lego, for sending me scratch pieces. You'll get an appropriate review out of me for that. Now we got to assemble the top. All right. Should have filled it up with some round tiles there, but we didn't. And then this goes on the top. So this obviously is meant to be detached. So how easy is it to get it on there? We don't know because I'm fighting it right now. It just does not want to go on. It's kind of wanting to buckle there. Boy, that's kind of... Okay, well, it ripped that off. Lego, I would have just left that as flat tiles in there. I would not even have bothered with those. Because all you did now is you're just going to make this tougher here. As I can't even get this on here without wiggling stuff on. I would have just left that flat. And we got to put the tires on it. So if you get this set, yours is probably going to do that too. Or just replace those with some 1x2 flat tiles. Now I got the rim. I can't even get on there. There we go. I got one. At least it's not those pre-molded tires that the F1 sets had. These are ones that you have to put them on the rims. And yes, I'm putting the tires on right. Boy, that doesn't want to go on there. Is this the fire truck that wants to fight us today? Oh, wait a minute, because I had them on wrong. So you got to have the fancy spokes, the little holes on the outside. And then that's it for bag one. And this is what we have remaining here. And so far, I mean, it looks like a fire truck, except where's the rest of it? Alright, now we're going to move on to bag two, which should be, I don't know, maybe the middle? It's the middle part of the fire truck. And we'll see how this goes here. Any more scratched and mangled up parts? I'm seeing more of this bright, vibrant yellow. I don't know if you can show it, but that's regular yellow, and that's bright, vibrant yellow right there. One shows up on the camera a bit better. Every time I see this, you always think of like marine stuff, like boats and safety gear. Okay, so now let's start putting this together. This is the fun part about doing reviews, is building them. Unless it's just some horrible set. It's the paperwork, and some people they don't understand the paperwork part of it. Oh, you get free sets, you know, hey, you know, it's not free. I got to do paperwork. I have to file reports. So when I get the set, until I do the paperwork, it could be a few months before that set is technically mine. Okay. It's trying to rain again. Maybe we'll hear it rain in here. I have some videos of rain and stuff like that on my scenic channel. I kind of will listen to those from time to time. And see how well this goes. These should be no more than probably about an hour clip per piece. Shouldn't be all that long to put together. I know it's kind of cluttered up on the workbench. Too many things. Well, we got a string here, and this one's actually studded, which is real cool. That means that this is studded here. So we don't have to tie knots. You just build it and enjoy it. That's good because whew, I hate putting strings on things. I hate tying those knots just only for them to come apart later on. So that's even better. I found the door for the cabinet. Wow, 1x4 dark stone gray bricks. Those are kind of rare to find, you know. All right, I'm going to start with the studs first, and then the big parts. You got bigger hands, you got to start with the little stuff first, and then put those on there. Yeah, I'm wondering if they're keyed. I wonder if you can flip them and rotate them, or they're just keyed where they only fit in one way. We don't know yet. And yeah, that nice bright, vibrant yellow. I do not have a lot of this color at all. It's still very new to me. So I don't have a whole bunch of it. Hopefully one day, but it won't be today. So I think this is going to be the body of the truck here. This one doesn't have any wheels, obviously. So trying to put that in it with big hands is kind of hard. But at least this set's got a brick separator, so if you ever have to, just take the side and just press this down like that, and you can tuck that right in there. See, you get building strategies with these, with the rants too, that I always do on here. But I'm trying to chill out on rants. Sometimes I get a little carried away. Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like these are keyed. Jay, why does it matter if the parts are scratched or the kids are going to scratch them? Sometimes I'll get that question. I'm like, well, because this is a $60 set. Do you want $60 in damaged merchandise, or you want $60 in stuff that's packed carefully? What happens after that is at the end user. Some of us want to put this stuff on display, and I don't want to. I mean, I understand if you're buying used parts from Bricklink or it's a pre-built set, but I know some people, when they get scratched up, they'll contact customer service and have them send a new one. And I'm like, that's fine, but you don't know if you're getting a damaged one there. And some guy actually did that a few times, so they finally sent them one packed correctly. I mean, this was given to me, so I'm just going to rate it accordingly. You know. Well, if you need some kitchen cupboards, if you want to build my gourmet kitchen, there's a red one at least. Just the door is gray. Makes a good toolbox though. Okay. I have some of these are turning a green color. plasticizers are starting to break down. And then now we got to build the little winch for, could be the fire hose, we don't know. All right. And then we're going to put the last piece on here. I mean, I'm hoping whoever gets this, though, you build this with your kids. It'd be kind of a real fun little, you know, an afternoon project. The more people you get, it should take no more than 30-45 minutes to really put it together, or maybe an hour. It depends on how many people help you. If you have one person doing it per bag, probably about 15 minutes. Get the whole thing done, put your parts together, and you're on your way. Oh, you know what? Oh, we got to put them on both sides. My bad. I almost made a mistake and put that on there. Well, I caught myself, so no. They go, you went too fast for that. And let's go here. That's what was going to happen. Okay. Doesn't look like a whole lot of anything yet, does it? It's going to be a fire truck when we're done, I promise. Right now, it's a nothing. It will be something when we're done. This piece here wasn't too bad to put together. That one took like 20 minutes. Well, of course, that was the intro and stuff, too. This one's not terribly bad. Yeah, it's still trying to squeeze out some more rain. And there's a lot of people on the news saying, oh, it's going to be miserable. It's going to be raining during Christmas. I'm thinking, how often does it rain out here on Christmas? Very rarely. And you guys are complaining about it. Like, it's nice outside. Like, literally just nice. And you're complaining about the rain. You know, as far, I know they said the average person's going to travel 50 miles from home. I may be traveling 50 feet. That's from here to the back fence. Get the firewood. Maybe further than that, I don't know. It depends on where I'm at. Maybe 20 feet from my bed to the fridge. Or 30 feet from the Lego room to the fridge. All right, now we got that done. That's pretty good on that side. Oh, when you're building these, build 4 of them. They have them in pairs. I should have read ahead, but I did not do that. So if you have a fire station, this would really look pretty good with it. Be a good news vehicle to your fleet. Okay. And then now we can put these on the top. So I'm assuming once you put all the parts together, it'll look really seamless. Almost done there. And then this piece goes on the top. Right there. With the stud launcher. And let me undo that real quick. I hate when they have the tape on the string, but that's how it is. I'll toss that on the floor. I'll get it here in a second. Oh, we're not done yet? Come on, string it up. Makes a nice little fire hose or a safety rope. All right, so basically we take this. Oh, they already have this in there. Usually you have to put those in yourself. And then you attach this. So this is the fire hose. We set that right on the top there. And then the other end goes in here. I like those. You don't have to tie knots. You just stick them on there. And then just start thumbing it up here. I'm going to go ahead and just go like this. The only problem is this thing's really kind of far. You think it had like a handle or something. I'll probably just leave this thing in here. I won't even mess with it. It's just kind of stiff. Maybe I should have went down. Yeah, I should have went down. You know what, let's do it. Let's redo that. Okay, I mean, I'm going to go kind of crazy over that. So just kind of, if it's making any sense here. I'm trying to get it where you can see it too. Okay, and then I'm just going to flip the stud upside down where it's facing up. It's just better, like that. And I'm just going to roll it down. There we go. Now it's going to look much better. Okay. And you got to thumb that whole thing in there. My finger's already getting rubbed raw by that. Yeah. There we go. That's what it should look like. Looks a lot better. Oh, don't sling that in somebody's eye. Well, don't worry about that, Lego. We ain't going to do any of that. And yeah, it tells you to do it like that. Yeah, it tells you to go that way too. And I didn't even read the book. And then now we stick the two parts together. And it tells you. So yeah, you can't plug these in any way you want. You can't do that, but you can plug it in. How easy? Pretty easy. Can we take it apart? Not so much. So, and then you get a few of these. It just says 3 of them, put one in the launcher. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to shove them in the little cupboard here. Sorry, but put them in like that and close the door. And that's it for bag 2. Not too bad. Well, it looks more like a fire truck. At least we got something, but man, we're missing something in the back there. And that's what we have remaining for bag 2. Alright, then we're going to wrap up this installment with bag 3. And so I would say so far the build quality on these seems pretty good for what they are. And at the very end we plug those together. They're exclusive, so you can build with 2 people so far. I think this is going to be a really good group build. Really fun. Alright. Okay, we're ready to go here. And yeah, been farming more cobble in Minecraft. Yeah, trying to get stuff done. Okay, well, we found the wheel wells, we found our tires. Let's put those over there because we're going to be tripping over those a bunch. And let's see here. And it's keeping my interest. I'm not a fan of the whole mixing thing, but we haven't even done it yet. But I don't quite understand it, but I think more people are just going to leave these things together as vehicles than anything else. I'll mention that in the review, but I'm just not a fan of these. Well, Jay, why did you accept it? Because I didn't know what I was getting. Remix, what does that mean? Thinking a rebadge, maybe just a re-release of an old set. And that's not what this is. This is not a re-release. This is, you can mix and match the parts together. So far that fire engine's looking pretty good. It's just not quite done. Here, we'll put that in frame so we can, it'll taunt you a bit more there. It looks like it's missing the ladder in the back part, doesn't it? It just looks like it's missing something. I mean, of course it is, but, you know. Okay. And it's starting to try to rain out there. I've been hearing it. I don't know how much we've got so far. I'll probably on the news tonight they'll just say, oh, it's just a trace, and next thing you hear, everybody's all depressed and sad. No, I'm actually wired today because it's raining. It's a treat to see it. I mean, it's cloudy outside, and you can just see the rain like it's misty out there. It's really cool. I'm glad I got all those old cardboard boxes. I had a stack of boxes and shipping cartons that, all these sets have been coming in and stuff, and I finally had some time yesterday to break those down and put them in the recycles bin. And, well, glad I did, because it'd have been a soggy mess cutting those apart. I'd have to wait for them to dry out. And, yeah, so... Okay, which side do we put it on? That side, I bet. Yep, that's where it goes. Okay. Making sure. Don't want to be messing up here. Yeah, the instructions on this I noticed are kind of a bit on the slow side. So, well, I don't have a lot of those. So that's kind of cool to see. I think the battle bus has a few of them. And I've been ripping apart the battle bus. Jay, you're going to rip apart that cool set? Yeah, I need the space. So I've already pretty much torn apart the balloon and the support brackets. Now I'm going to start the top of it next. It makes a good regular school bus or city bus, so there you go. I wonder where that goes. I was going to make some homemade cookies today, and nobody wanted them. I said, you guys want some homemade peanut butter and snickerdoodle, sugar cookies, icing cookies, Christmas cookies? I said, I can, bake them. And no, we really don't want that. I said, okay, fine. And, I guess nobody's in the mood. I'm not in the mood for Christmas because of my dad and all, but I thought, okay. My Christmas is really fun this year. At least I'm doing this. And where's that round piece? There it is. I was trying not to yawn. Not that I'm bored with the set. It's just a cold, cloudy, rainy day, and I'm relaxed. Very seldom will ever get relaxed doing things, but that's what I'm doing today. And I'm looking for a 1x2 brick with clip. Hold on. And that's the rear, but that's hooked up there. Huh. So you can build a chain if you want to. Look here. Okay. And that's the rear then, all right. Yeah, I've got a lot of the Lego stuff really just kind of flowing through right now. And it's nice to just kind of... I wish I could get my family into this. It'd be so fun to just kind of... We all do this and I just take the notes and just deliver them on YouTube. And a buddy of mine who lives up north from me, he'd love to help me, but we live so far away from one another. I'm like, oh man, that'd be so nice, because I could have a buddy that does the same thing I do. We could just do some collaborating reviews. Would be really cool. And sometimes that doesn't happen. Well, there's two of these, so I'm assuming that it go on the other side too. Let's see here. That's exactly what we're doing. Alright, this is like a water container or something. And yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I mean, it's looking like something. I'm getting happy. We're getting to that point now where we're getting to the finish line here. We get to see what one of these look like. So the only thing bad about doing split builds or installments is that, taking the thumbnail, it's just extra stuff, but the videos are shorter. I can edit them faster. I can send them up to YouTube. It's just more intros I have to do. And two, I'd like to get them done quickly. Sometimes I just can't, so there we go. And then these go here. So now we got that water container. All right. We're not done yet. Starting to get thirsty. I gotta get up and get this one done here. All right, so I film we're going to be doing 2 of these. I think they're mirrors. So looks like something you see in the back of a garbage truck. Open the door to a garbage truck. Some of you probably get the reference to that one. All right, and then this goes here. As a kid, we've only dreamed of having bricks like this that we can change the direction of the parts and just build sideways and interlock our builds together. And then we got some of them that go on the front here. So this one is just built into 2. So I think what Lego's doing is wrapping around and then you build the other side. Just remember that one thing was mirrored. You don't have to do what I just did there, but you can if you want a challenge. See if you can. But if you're building with a bunch of friends, you don't need to rush through this at all. Just take your time. So say 3 people can assemble this one set alone. Just alone. I think that's where those go. That's where they go. So I am pretty pleased with the group build on this, even if you don't mix them up. That's what we have remaining for bag 3, just to get it off the workbench. And let's pop the tires in here. Yeah, I mean, it's a 3-piece fire engine, you know. But just imagine if Lego did this concept with their other builds, because now you put it together and you got a whole fire engine. Well, let's see here. Let's see here. And before we put it all together, and I'll show you here, it's a bit tough to get separated. But 3 people can build this. Just like that. Okay? So you just plug the parts in. So let's say 3 people were building this. You snap it in there. And you can do it like that. Doesn't look too bad. Or let's try it this way. Could you do smaller pieces? Could we attach these 2 together? So now it's just a water truck. So, indeed, you have 2 vehicles that you could build out of this alone here. Now, the only key, you can only go one way. I don't know what this clip is for. Maybe it's to connect something like maybe the wood axe to it or something. But for me personally, it's not bad, and that's the summation of thoughts pretty much. And I'm pretty happy with the way the build's turning out. That's essentially what it is, and I think for the next installment, I'm going to raise this up a bit more. I don't know what the next one is we're doing. The next one we're going to be doing is the Submarine. But we'll say that for another installment. I'm going to film all these in one day, though. But I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. But tell me what you think.